Welcome back to MVM. Today I am bringing you another Kickstarter preview. This one is from Genius Games and it is called Nerd Words Science. If you're familiar with Genius Games, they bring a lot of science and educational based games to the market, and this game is no exception. Nerd Words is a party game where you split up into multiple teams, all trying to guess the correct word. So it is definitely a party game in style. It is also a very science-driven game. Now, Nerd Words is the first of many different varieties of this game. This one is very focused on science terms. He has mentioned other versions of this game, history, any kind of specific kind of nerd culture could get their own card packs and things like that. So let's talk about what comes with the Kickstarter and how you play the game. So first of all, it comes with a clue sheet where the person whose turn it is to give clues will be able to write down all their clues, and a couple sheets for the guessers. Now, you'll notice that this guessing sheet is broken down into 4 categories with a ascending point value. The game also comes with a score pad to keep track of your score, the timer, and the deck of cards. At the start of the game, you're going to take this deck of cards and you're going to deal out 2 cards to every player. These are the cards that they will have to choose from during their turn. Once you've dealt out the 2 cards, players will split into teams. Everyone can kind of write their team name at the top, and you're ready to start. That's really all that you have to do to set up this game. Now, each team is going to decide who wants to be the clue giver first. Whoever is the clue giver is handed the clue sheet and 1 bidding token, which I will talk about in just a minute. When it is your turn to give a clue, you'll gather all those things in front of you and choose one of the cards from your hand. If you notice, on each of these cards, there are 3 different options. And these are all very specific science words that cover a wide range of topics from biology to chemistry, botany, and so on and so forth. So you don't really exactly know what specific category it's going to be, but these are all science terms. If you don't know the word, there is a description on the bottom. If you're playing with people that are not science people, maybe Google is allowed a little bit, but it does have a description there if you're confused. It also has the name of the word and the letters that make up that word, which are going to be very important here in a second. When you are giving a clue, you are giving it to both teams, not just your own. And you are trying to race the other team to guess the correct word. You can bid on how quickly you think your team is going to get the word. You're going to have the option to give 4 clues. For each of those clues, you're going to take your betting token and circle one of the numbers marked 0 through 4 and put it face down on your clue sheet. You are betting that many points that your team is going to guess this correctly with this clue. Once that's all done, you'll take your clue sheet, pick a word on the card, and you will start giving out your clues. Right up here, you'll write the number of words. Now, some of these are scientific terms, so they could be multiple words, but for this example, I'm going to choose bacteria. So I would write a number 1 because bacteria is only 1 word. Then I can start giving my clues. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that every clue I give has to start with a letter in the word, which is very interesting and is going to challenge you to think a little differently. The only exception is I cannot use the first letter. So for bacteria, my clue cannot be a B. So for example, I could put the clue everywhere. And I just gave both teams 2 pieces of information. One thing is a clue to try to guess the word. Bacteria are everywhere. They might not be able to make that connection, but at least it's going to set them on that path. Secondly, I told them that there is an E somewhere in the word. There is an E in bacteria. If I could have used the B, I could have gotten them on the right track even a little quicker, but you cannot use the first letter until you get to clue 4. Each time the players guess, they're going to write their guess on the topmost line, and if they get that guess correct, earn that many points. In addition, each team is going to be able to write a value of points that they are betting as well, based on how confident they think they are that they're going to get this clue correct. If the teams are struggling to guess and they have not made the correct guess, I give it something for clue 4 like billions. And maybe they'll start to put those clues together. They'll know it starts with a B. They can guess bacteria. After you're done, you'll wipe the whiteboard clean. You'll pass it to a player on the other team. they will choose one of their 2 cards and do the exact same process, again, with both teams guessing. So you are always actively participating in the game. You're never just kind of sitting and watching. You're always trying to guess with your team, try to guess before the other team does, and get a higher point value. If you both make a guess on the first round, and you guess at +1 and they guess at +3, even though you're both correct, they're getting 7 points and you're only getting 4. But remember, if you get it wrong, you lose that bit in points instead. So there is a lot to think about going on in this game. There's a lot of different ways to give clues. You're trying to get them to not only guess the word, but also see what letters are in the word and play with that, while at the same time trying to get them to guess at the time you want them to guess. So there's a lot more going on than just a normal party game, which I would not expect anything less from Genius Games or for a game called Nerd Words Science. This game is live on Kickstarter right now, so go ahead and take a look at their Kickstarter page, leave any questions or comments below, and as always, thank you for watching us here at MVM. Please like us, subscribe, share this video, whatever you do, and we will see you next time. Thank you.